Chapter 8. Around the Fire. Are you serious? Said Annie. Leif was the first European to step onto the North American continent, said Jack, 500 years before Christopher Columbus. No way, breathed Annie. Yes way, said Jack. Come along, Eric called from further up the hill. Annie and Jack hurried to catch up with Leif and his fat father. So you're Leif the Red and Leif Erikson, Annie asked excitedly. Yes, Eric said. Before Annie could say more, Jack changed the subject. Why did you decide to live here in Greenland? He said. I wanted a new life, Eric said. People call us pirates, but I'm a seafarer who searches for safe harbors where I can live with my family. I have found one here at the edge of the world. I named it Greenland. Why? Asked Annie. I mean, why you call it that? Because the word is nice. Is it not? Said Eric with a wink. I hope it will make others want to come live here too. The small group of people watched as Jack and Annie climbed to the top of the hill with Leif and Eric. One of the women in the group stepped forward. She had long blonde braids and a kind face. Who are these children, my son? She said to Leif. My new friends, Jack and Annie, said Leif. They come from far away. Leif's mother smiled. Welcome, Jack and Annie. Come share our dinner with us, she said. She led them to the largest house on the hill. It was a long stone house with a steep roof made of grass. Leif's mother ushered Jack and Annie through the door. She took Jack's and Annie's hats, gloves, and coats. She put them on a bench near the door. Jack pulled his wool bag there too. The Viking house was dark and warm inside, lit only with oil lamps. The windowless house was one long, narrow room. In the center was a fire pit. Smoke rose through a hole in the roof. The house smelled of fish and grease and animal fur. Eric and Leaf sat on low stools near the fire. Sit, warm yourselves, Eric said. Jack and Annie sat down with them. Leaf's mother stirred a black pot over the fire. Then she laid the food into stone bowls and gave them to everyone, along with wooden spoons. Thank you, said Jack and Annie. The food in the bowl looked like a milky gravy mush. Jack was afraid to taste it, but when he did, he actually liked it. It tasted like oatmeal. Did you sail here with your family and friends? Eric asked them as they ate. No, it's just us, said Annie, Jack and me. But how is that possible? Said Eric. How did two children find their way here alone? Well, Jack didn't know what to say. We have a map, said Annie. Here's a picture of them all sitting around. Let me see if I can get this. I can't. Oh, there we go. Good shot there. Okay. A map, said Eric. A map, said Leaf. May we see it? Sure, said Jack. He put down his bowl and grabbed his bag. He took out their map. He unfolded it and held it up for them to see. Leaf and his parents stared in silent wonder. Our land is south of here, said Jack, pointing. It's a long way south. It's off the map. So you use this map to come to Greenland in your ship, asked Eric. Uh, we came in the treehouse, said Annie. Treehouse? That is the name of your ship? Asked Eric. Well, sort of, said Jack. It's not much of a ship, but you guys have really great ships. We saw. Wait, your ship must be the best in the world, said Eric. Two children sailed it alone to Greenland. I would very much like to see a ship such as yours. Oh, Jack caught his breath. Let us go see it now. Eric stood up. Can we please wait until morning? Annie said. We're pretty tired. Eric, let the children rest, Leaf's mother said. In the morning, we will all go. The whole village will go to see their wondrous ship. Come, Jack and Annie. She picked up an oil lamp. They all stood. Good night, Annie said to Leaf and Eric. Jack put the map back into his bag. Then he and Annie followed Leaf's mother to a shadowy end of the house. You may sleep here, she said. She pointed to two fur covered benches against the wall. Thank you, said Annie. She and Jack climbed onto the benches, and Leaf's mother covered them with more soft furs. Rest well, she said. Keep the lamp burning so you will not be afraid. She put the oil lamp on a small table. Then she left them. Jack, whispered Annie, we don't have a ship to show them. I know, he said. We better leave soon, after everyone goes to bed. We can sneak away. Right, said Annie. We can borrow Leaf's rowboat, she yawned. It'll be dark outside, said Jack, trying to keep his eyes open. How will we find our way? We can worry about that later, said Annie. Right, said Jack, closing his eyes. Let's just rest until Leaf and his parents go to bed. Stay awake. Don't go to. Before Jack could say sleep, he dropped off to sleep. Okay, chapter 9. The Midnight Sun. Jack, whispered Annie, wake up. Jack rubbed his eyes. Where is everyone? He asked. I just checked. They're asleep at the other end of the house, said Annie. We have to go. Now, said Jack, maybe we should wait till daylight. No, they might get up before then, said Annie. You're right, said Jack. He threw off the warm fur and sat up. Let's go, said Annie. She picked up the burning oil lamp. Jack grabbed his bag. As they crept to the door, snoring came from the other end of the long house. They stopped at the bench by the door. In the dim light of the lamp, they put on their coats and hats and mittens. We should write a note to Leaf, whispered Jack. Good idea, said Annie. Jack pulled off his notebook and pencil from his bag. How's this? He whispered as he wrote. Dear Leaf, we had to leave suddenly. We are borrowing your rowboat to go back to the bay. We will leave it where we met you. Many thanks to you and your family. Perfect, said Annie. And let's leave him our map since he liked it so much. Good idea, breathed Jack. He tore the note from the notebook and placed it on the bench with their map. Jack and Annie pulled on their gloves. Then Annie opened the door and they slipped out of the house. It was freezing outside, but to Jack's surprise, it was sunny. What time is it? He said. I thought it was night. Me too, said Annie. But no one's around, not even the dogs. Hurry! Jack and Annie took off down the hill. In the cold, windy sunlight, they hurried to the shore. Small waves were splashing against the moored Viking ships. Lee's rowboat was tied to the pier near them. Jack and Annie stepped onto the pier, and Jack untied the rope. Just as he and Annie were about to climb aboard, someone yelled, Stop! Oh no, said Annie. Leaf was limping down the hill toward them. He held their note and map in his hand. I heard you leave, he called. Then I read your message. I must take you to your ship. It is not easy to row in windy waters. But your knee still hurts. I can tell, said Annie. Leaf shrugged. That is not important. He said, we should go quickly so I can return before morning. Morning? I thought it was morning now, said Jack. It is close to midnight, Leaf said. You have come in the time of the midnight sun. I get it, Annie said to Jack. On a day that seems endless with no dark of night. Right, said Jack. Now he remembered the midnight sun. In the far north, the summer sun can still be seen at midnight. Here, you forgot this, said Leaf. He thrust the map and note into Jack's hands. You will need your map to sail your ship home. No, we won't, said Jack. We know the way. You need it more. He handed the map back to Leaf. Oh, Leaf stared at the map as if it were made of gold. I cannot believe you would give this to me, he said in a hushed voice. Thank you very much. No problem, said Annie. Leaf smiled. Let us go, he said. Jack put the note into his coat pocket. Then he and Annie climbed aboard. Leaf sat across from them. He began rowing through the choppy water. Tell me about your land, he said. What is it like? It has everything, said Annie. Mountains and valleys and oceans and rivers, and lakes and forests and grassy plains, said Jack, and farms, small towns and huge towns called cities. With the wind at their backs, Leaf rowed through swiftly. The water was bathed in a gold mist. Soon Leaf rowed the boat from Eric's Inlet into the bay. You can drop us off there, said Jack. He pointed to the shore where they had saved the Norwell. But where's your ship? Asked Leaf. I'm really sorry, but we promised the person who owns it that we would not show it to anyone, Annie said. I understand, said Leaf, nodding. We must always honor our promises. You should hurry home before your mom and dad wake up, said Annie. They'll be worried if they find you missing. Yes, said Leaf, smiling. They would think I have sailed away with you. They know I'm eager to travel to faraway places. Leaf rowed to the shore, and Jack and Annie hopped out of the boat. Goodbye, the Viking boy said. I thank you again for your map. I promise I will make a good use of it. And I promise you will have great success, said Jack. Do you think so? Said Leaf. Absolutely, said Annie. Leaf raised his arms above his head and clenched his fist. Yay, he said. Jack and Annie laughed. Leaf waved goodbye using his oars. He pushed his boat offshore. I hope your knee feels better soon, called Annie. I've already forgotten about it, Leaf called back. Then he rode away through the soft light of the Arctic night. Leaf's really tough and brave, said Annie. He'll make a good explorer. Yeah, a great one, said Jack. He took a deep breath. I guess we can go now. Jack and Annie walked around the bend in the shore. Annie gasped. Jack, look, she said. What? Said Jack. They're in the water at the edge of the ice, said Annie. A Norwell, whispered Jack. Yes, said Annie. Our Norwell.